Okay. We are both very dedicated now.
Yes. We need to make lots of bubbles.
Bubbles. And we even have
Extra.
yes, refill.
Refill.
It's fun, and I think it's a good exercise. Like
True.
breath exercise.
I'm not sure about that. Depends on how you do it.
And also, it's a good way to not to look at any screens.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Speaking about screens. So you look at screens a lot?
I look at screens more than I should, and above the limit. I feel it.
What is the limit?
Like, let's say I need to look at screens to get things done.
Yes.
Because I'm a modern human and most of the communication goes through, in summer 2025, in my laptop or my screen. Opportunities come from there as well.
Yeah.
4. At least 4.
For
My phone and my computer,
yeah.
I need to look at least 4. But I double that and give it to the next person. That's too much. I probably have more than 8 hours. And for the record, one day is 24 hours.
Yes.
And I
you
sleep 8 hours.
At least.
Yes.
I think you might sleep a bit longer than 8.
Yes. We just woke up.
Yes,
woke up.
I was awake a little bit longer.
Yeah. What's your screen time? Do you check?
You asked me yesterday. I don't know. Where do I check? On my phone? On my laptop?
Yes. Quick screen time break.
Yeah.
We checked our phones. Do you know your screen time, Hester?
Yeah, it varies a lot. So some weeks the average will be around 3.5. Some weeks the average will be around 7.5.
I see.
But I think it also depends on what I do that week.
Mm-hmm.
Because some weeks I do more offline work and some weeks I do more online work.
Having offline work would be the best solution to have. It's not screens, and it's a luxury not to look at any screens right now.
Yeah.
Because most of the things are happening on screens, and maybe we bought the idea that opportunities come from screens. Sometimes we look at the screen to say, do I have a new mail? Yes, yeah, great. It happens sometimes, but most of the time it's just taking my time away from me. Yeah, that's something that I don't enjoy as a being modern human.
I agree.
I think it should be maximum 4 hours looking at the screen.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's difficult if your job is looking at a screen.
Yeah.
Which I think it is for.
How hard is to go back to pen and paper, fax machines, and.
Well, I was actually very happy to be able to not have to write on pen and paper anymore because my handwriting is appalling.
Okay.
No one can read it, not even me sometimes. So I got my typing diploma, which we used to have back in the day. I got it at I think I was 11 or 12. So.
What do you need to do to get the typing diploma?
You need to type on an old-fashioned typewriter. It was yes,
okay.
The very heavy ones where you have to like really push the pinkies because then it wouldn't get to the paper. And you had to write a certain amount of letters per minute, and there was no backspace, so you had to also do it within a 99% accuracy rate or something. Yeah, and without looking at your fingers.
Okay, these combined really hard.
Yeah.
I really like the way of it to be working. Like I can understand immediately how it works when I look at the machine. I like the simplicity of it. We both lived offline for a while in our lives.
Yes, I did.
That won't be a fact for the future generations.
Well, not unless parents actively decide
Mm,
to,
not to
which
give.
which I think is almost impossible, and you have to be living off the grid or something.
Some people do this without like very limited screen time.
Yeah.
I think those children are really lucky because when you give an iPad to children, let's say, or tablet, whatever, and then they are learning everything from a screen but not observing other people. It's easier for parents to do this because it takes a lot of responsibility out of their time. But
Yeah. I think the Dutch government just came today or yesterday with directions on. I think they advise not to allow children to have a mobile phone until the last grade of the primary school. I don't know if that's the correct English translation.
10 years?
So it's 12 or something before they go to middle school.
Which is my mom did. That's
Yeah.
I can suggest that
Yeah.
verse. You don't need to know a lot when the first 5 years. You just need to know what is your homework. And we would ask
Yes.
this through MSN.
Oh yeah.
What was the homework? People would ask me usually because I was writing.
We
it
would
on a
have to
page.
call someone on the landline because we did not have internet for that. So if you missed something, you would have to call someone and, well, first ask if they're home.
Yeah,
you call the
the
landline.
mom opens.
Yes. And then you would have to ask them if they were in class. If they weren't, you had to try someone else. And if they could give you homework, yeah.
Also meeting with people, how was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, you would make an appointment to be somewhere at a specific time.
Yes.
And you would be there and wait for them to show up.
I remember when my mom, we take bus to grandma's town. We call Wood from the telephone with like booth, my grandma's house, and we will say we are taking this bus and we will be around this time there. And my grandfather would came and try to find us, and that was whole adventure. What will happen? It was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that it is nostalgic night now.
Yeah, I would actually. I biked to school when I was a teenager, and it was I think about 25 kilometers. And of course, accidents would happen.
Yeah.
You know, or get a flat tire or whatnot. Then you would just walk up to people's house, ring the doorbell, and ask to use the phone, so you could call your mom or dad to come and get you.
Yeah, something happened on the way. Yeah, that's. I think it was fun, and you could also easily talk to people because you needed to talk to people to use phone. In the
Yes
Netherlands,
and
people,
no, because you were also.
Would you trust more? I'm
No.
trying to question that.
Because I think you did not have the mobile phone to call for help. So, yeah, I think it would
Did it help with the security then, or not?
What do you mean?
So, for example, now we can call immediately
Yeah.
to parents, but maybe I don't know that what happens when in these situations with children. But for example, I wouldn't see this much of bad news, and then I would not assume there is not many bad people outside. Maybe no.
No,
Okay.
you still know there's bad people
Okay,
outside.
great. Okay. We had always bad people.
Yes.
I see in Turkish mass media, you see a lot of crazy things happening, and then I'm thinking, like, of course these things were happening, but you wouldn't know back then. Maybe now we know, and then
You would still, it would be in the newspapers.
yeah.
You would still know, and on the news, on the TV.
Yeah. Being a modern human. And then I want to talk about something else.
All right.
Like it's not decided here. I want to. This is the most smoothest
It's a
topics to pick.
very smooth transition, yes.
Yeah, I might connect this.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
So in the news, you are knowing a lot of things that immediately right now. In the past, you wouldn't know because we know. Like a few days passes and everyone knows. Maybe it's
Usually
gradually.
within a day. Newspapers would come out every day. Would come out in the morning and in the afternoon.
In the afternoon also.
You would have different newspapers, so some newspapers would be there
I
in the
feel
morning
like
and some
10
would be in
years
the
old
afternoon.
now.
Yes. Grandma will tell you about what it was like back in the olden days. Yes.
In the afternoon, I didn't. This is the first time I'm hearing about afternoon newspapers. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, TV.
Yeah, and radio.
And radio.
In college, I listened radio for a year because I didn't have internet connection, and it was so fun because someone else curates the music, and it's a surprise. You don't know what you will listen. Like you don't think, oh, I should put this to the queue, and then
Yeah, you can still do that on Spotify.
Yeah, having
Right,
the radio.
sort of, but it's different though because it's based on your music taste.
Yeah.
So
Everything is very curated.
Yes.
And it's good that I can share things also. I really like this site, like not all bad. Like right now I can record any video and talk about my art career in my kitchen for 10 minutes and I can upload this. It was not possible. I like uploading things.
You like uploading things?
It feels
Just
like
upload, doesn't matter what?
it somehow matters, but not that much. The thing is, I feel like this is a way for me to see how much I grow in. Like sometimes I watch 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl was trying to do this, and I'm glad she was trying to keep going.
Yes.
It motivates me to do better because I have some data set to compare the earlier version of myself.
Yes, but to do that, does it need to be uploaded?
Publicly.
Why?
Yeah, because it is also how I strategize my career.
Yeah, okay, but just for the archive, it's not per se necessary.
Yeah.
If you see it separately from what you want to do with your career.
Yes.
Right? You could just have an archive on your external hard drive.
I have personal archive, but most of the time I choose to record and publish publicly because it gives me more perspective. Because
How come?
when you are creating something in an art case, let's say, when you make it public, you can see it from other people's eyes, and it can create also more reflection angles.
Is it also because you get feedback, or?
Sometimes I talk to people about the things that I create, but I feel like when it's public, it is not belongs to me only anymore. I give away a little bit of the ownership to internet, to the public space. So I don't carry the burden anymore. I express myself. Yeah, that is the reason for me to share it.
Do you get affected by likes, views, and shares?
Not really. I don't really care anymore.
No?
In the beginning,
You
let's
sure?
say, yeah, I don't really care about the metrics because I know that this distribution will not be favoring or might disfavor more than favoring it. And I'm already a third genre. I'm already in the other document already. So
What do you mean?
I have an accent, and I'm not doing conventional creating things. So my videos starts and ends usually, and in real time, not too much editing at this moment Maybe in future I do change it, but it is. What was I talking about? Yeah, it is already in the others document.
Okay.
So the only thing that I care that in daily time, like a few years apart, I see some people and they know that I keep going about the things that I'm experimenting. That's the only value I get from this, and that's the only value I expect from the social media to give me.
Okay.
Actually, I discussed with my AI assistant on this, that how many clients that I should get to have a conventional good art career, blah blah.
Yeah.
Not that much. I just need to sell my art collections to the good art collectors and keep going with the good exhibitions. And then it will be resolved itself probably.
Well, yeah.
So
I think it's quite hard.
People are when they are doing the social media, people are aiming. Oh, I need to have 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers. If everyone is trying to be famous, who is going to be the place in internet when people find it and they feel lucky and excited about, because it's not really templated. I want people to be feeling like, oh, that's something fun.
Yes.
You are in the thinking mode.
I am in the thinking, can you tell?
We don't have to agree, tell me. You
No,
don't
no, no,
you don't like sharing everything immediately.
Oh,
you
I
to
don't.
sit on your data.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I want to know your perspective. How do you feel like it?
Well, I have a sort of sometimes I do want to share everything, but I really also have the urge to keep things to myself, keep them private.
And that's a luxury.
Yes, it's a luxury I like to keep.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, because I do share some things online, and sometimes I share more than other times. And currently, I'm in a I don't feel like sharing that much period. I think it might also be because of art school. From very early on, I started sharing things about me, which was then viewed still as weird.
What does it mean? Like from yourself or your stories?
Yeah, and I was taking pictures of me.
Self-portrait.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which was not that common back then.
Okay.
But then you would also sort of think more about what you show and what you don't show. So I think perhaps it has something to do with that too. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
When you are taking the self-portrait, let's say, would you think about what would people feel when they see it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's also in a part of in a way, you are taking a self-portrait, but it's not you anymore.
No,
it's just a
it was not. It was actually not for me. It was not a self-portrait. Other people would view it as a self-portrait, but I would just be the easiest model because it was always available when I wanted to, and I knew what I wanted to convey. So yeah, it was easiest for me to use myself.
Okay, I see. It was convenient.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you share them in an exhibition, or like is this also in your personal archives?
It is still in my personal archives. I have had, I don't know, I have an exhibition. I'm not sure. I had my work displayed as a part of an exhibition sometimes, I think. But I didn't continue being an artist for very long.
Yeah, I forgot about this completely. I knew this, but I forgot it.
I found it hard to determine when something was good, and I found that burden too heavy. So it was sort of keeping me from making new things, because I didn't know when something was good enough, and I wanted something more exact.
If you would share it and leave it to the world to decide, would it be a solution then? Like, because you didn't know if it
Don't
was good
know.
enough or not,
Mm-hmm.
and you would find out.
Yeah. I don't know because it's
To share or not to share.
to share or not to share. That's the question. And how much do you share? I don't know.
So for example, I try to be conscious. I share a lot, but I try to be conscious. I don't want to challenge anyone, but try to, for example, if it's in my phone, I try to see, what is it visible in my screen, and am I giving too much information about my private life?
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of public things, but I try to reserve myself to not talk about some of the things because it belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be my work, and it should be like, of course, I'm trying to be transparent as possible, but if I share everything, then I cannot evolve in a way that I am supposed to, because everything is really observed at the moment, and I'm not a performer. I just want this to be part of my work. Yeah, that is what.
Yeah, but isn't it sometimes hard to determine where one ends and the other begins?
Yeah, that's a good thing to question. I think that what helped me before I created this Ayça.tech, Ayça.const right now. A quick screen time break.
Yeah.
We checked our phones. In university, I founded several school clubs, and for that we needed to create social media accounts. And for a very long time, I was not representing myself. Then it was a way for me to learn how to externalize what I am doing. Like, it's not me, it shouldn't look like me. And now when I'm doing it, I think I can separate myself. Of course, it is me, but I can kind of distinguish what it should be belong to the professional, my life, and what it should belong to me. With art, it's much more blurry because I need to start from the things that I'm experiencing and feeling. But in a way, usually I talk with my AI assistant on this, etc. And like, I don't want to expose too much. Like, I want this to be relatable for many people, but people do not need to know the actual story all the time.
No, they don't. I think it's good to leave some
interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is your separation or not separation? What is your approach to this?
For what I'm showing online, you mean?
Yeah, what do you share? How do you decide if it should be shared or not?
Well, yeah, it's sort of fickle also. But I have different personas. You know this. We spoke about this yesterday. You told me you can't have just one. You're a multi-layered personality.
Yes.
But to me, because I do so many different things, and I don't know which direction they're gonna go. So I have different personas for everything, and I
keep opportunities open to evolve itself.
Yes.
It is too much to me. I find it not really easy what you are doing, because you don't own an agency to run this all multiple accounts. You're just one person.
Yeah, and so they won't keep existing, not all of them. So then it will become apparent to which ones I feel like doing more, posting more on, and then the others that get neglected, okay, they can sort of, I would say die, but phase out.
Yeah, it will be not active anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the reason? Pardon.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I have a private account on my name. I don't know, I think you follow me too on Instagram, for instance.
I will not say the username that I know.
No, that's a different one. There's nothing on my private account because I sort of feel that threshold is either too high or too low. So I don't want to be sharing everything and anything. and then I cannot decide on what it is that I would want to share.
I see.
And so I started sharing pole dancing videos. It was just because it was fun to me, and that used to be my personal account, but I changed the name basically for safety reasons.
Then how did you feel when you started to change? Because it was your personal account,
Yeah.
then people knew some other side that maybe from your neighbors or stuff that they didn't know that you did pole dancing, and
Yeah.
it's a big shift for them to
Yeah,
digest.
sure. Yeah, I didn't mind the people that I know knowing that I do pole dancing. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just didn't want the strangers on the internet to know that it's me that's doing pole dancing, because you
Let's answer this part. It's how did you like, for example, in the pole dancing stuff?
Yeah.
Also, for your future self, did you create it this that when we were 90 years old we will look back, she did do cool stuff?
Not per se cool stuff. I don't know, why did I start? I started by creating, my first video was because the old pole dancing studio was closing down. So I posted one video, and it felt kind of good to post it. So I kept on doing it, and I kept showing things that went well and also things that didn't went well. And I've never minded sharing my failures or stupid things. And I noticed that people around me thought it was...
in performative cases, people always post the great shot. And then people expect when they are starting, I need to be really good at it immediately because this is the only thing that I saw.
Yeah. And even sometimes it goes well, and most of the times it doesn't.
Yeah, you learn.
Exactly. Yeah. So it started to become more like maybe an archive also, but because it's a persona, it was easier for me to share. You understand? And that's, I think, where I started creating more personas. Like, I also want to try this. Let's have a new persona.
You act like it's like an experiment. Yeah, okay. I get it. I don't agree, but I get it. I hope at some point they emerge and I can just see what you are doing immediately all the time.
Why though?
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, the thing is, we don't talk every day, but we talk time to time and catch up.
Yeah.
And it would be something like a video update for me. She's trying to do this now. And then I would know what we are going to discuss when we see each other. It's like an update for me.
So
I use it for that purposes.
Well, you could also just ask me for an update.
Yeah.
You just want to be passively looking at a screen. And we're back.
I will start calling you. Okay. Yeah, I like let's end with my grandma maybe. She knows 300 people maximum in her life probably.
Okay.
And she's quite happy.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't need to know a lot of people.
No, you don't need to.
How many people you should know online and in real life?
No clue.
Okay.
No clue. I do remember a long, long time ago when I went for a job interview. And it's just like, how old am I? It's like more than, I think it's 20 years ago.
Okay.
And then they said, yes, but you don't have a lot of friends. I said, what? What do you mean? And that was the first time they looked on, I don't know, was it Facebook? No, probably Hives or something. I said, what? That's not friends.
It's just people.
It's just people.
That's silly. Okay, they shouldn't have said that.
No, they definitely shouldn't have said that. No, that was back in the day when
it
wasn't an etiquette.
It was another good thing in internet history to call friends to that. Now the meaning of friendship is also changed in this 20 years.
Yeah. maybe.
Mm.
I don't know. I think it also is different per person.
My
We spoke
mental,
about this yesterday. Definition of friendship.
yes,
If your definition of friendship, if mine and your definition of friendship is not the same, it's sometimes hard to maintain
yeah.
the relationship. Yeah.
Don't call me. Send me videos what you're up to, and then we can have a dinner party
Yeah.
and catch up.
Okay.
I don't want to know everything immediately. When I'm curious, I want to be able to access it. My mental threshold of crowded is 38. Above 38, it's too crowded. In a room.
Oh, in a room.
You can ask why 38.
Why 38? Okay, why
In my
38,
primary
Aita?
school, we were 38 people.
Yeah.
With the teacher is 39. So I know how is it like to be with 38 people for a day. It's too much. But above that, it's too much also. I learned how to tolerate that much of people. I like people, but I don't want to have lots of long time with the same people all the time. Like for 10 hours, 12 hours. There should be a good reason for me to do that.
How about in an office?
In an office, that's also, I think the office system should change.
Yes,
This
please.
would be to another topic, but like
Yeah.
people, like it's okay, but when you are going in a routine, 8 hours, the same people, the same spot, I think people figure out at least have 2 office maybe, and they rotate and they change a little bit, because otherwise it loses the dynamic and the fun out of it. I feel like if I have a huge company, I would have 2 offices and rotate people.
Yes, I think if we dive further into this,
There will be another topic.
we'll have another full disc. So
Yes.
yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah, let's discuss
Let's
the
keep this-
future of work.
Yes, and let's keep this to ourselves for now.
Yay!